All right, so this is just gonna basically be my take on the Argentina match. Basically, them failing to beat Colombia in their first fixture in the Copa America 2019. Roger Martinez made the first goal. He broke the deadlock. There was a pretty tight game till I think like the 70th minute when Roger Martinez actually made the goal. It was a pretty tight game. The first half, from like what I saw from the highlights, it was a bunch of hitting, a bunch of tripping, going both ways, but I felt like mostly the Argentinians were being more ruthless in the tackle. But here we see some of the Colombian players just trying to just take down the Argentinian players. Right here you can see one play that Agüero missed, in my opinion. I don't know if it was offsides. Yeah, it looked like a foul, but he should have made that. But I don't know if he's not concentrated, things like that. For me, sometimes he feels he's like kind of overrated. I know the English press or like the English fans would say that I'm wrong, but for me, it's just, I don't know. I don't see it on the international stage. Sometimes I rate that as well. Right here is just another chance that Roger Martinez had. Right here's another chance by Colombia. They actually got quite a few shots on goal. I think when I was looking at the stats, Colombia had like 13 shots on goal. I don't know how many were on target. I think Argentina made like at least like 8 in the whole game. So yeah, you can see right there that they're tripping, they're falling. I didn't think that was a foul. They look clean to me. There's a lot of flopping in this game, that's for sure. And that might just be my opinion, and you just say that's probably not what happened, whatever. But I mean, for me, it's just too much flopping, too much dropping on the floor, too much like holding my face. You don't even get hit in the face. Too much just stuff that's just not. It's just like, what is that, man? Come on. There's another flop right there, and I don't know. Messi, he was doing what he could, you know. I don't blame him that much because most people that don't hold the rest of the team to the standards that they hold Messi. And I understand it's Messi, but at the same time, how are you going to hold Messi to this great standard and look at the team he has? Like, I mean, I look at this team and you say it's stacked, you know, with all these players that play in this league or play in that league or whatever. But for me, it's just like, what is going on? Like, they can't get like 2-3 passes together. Right here, you just see them trying to break up play with tackles and just trying to stop the Colombian offense from trying to capitalize on a possession. And you could just see how easy they get there. And the defense is one of the main problems, I feel like, in Argentina. And they just have to foul because I don't know why they just don't fight for the ball. Like, these guys be flopping on the floor when they get touched, but when they make a foul, they're like, oh, I didn't even do anything. And you could feel for Messi, and you could say that this is football. It's he's supposed to show out and whatever. And you could just be like a fan and just say like, oh, but look at Cristiano, he does this, he does that. But Cristiano right now, if you look at his team is stacked. And his team actually performs. And his team can actually do 2 to 3 passes without losing possession. His team can't even do that. Most people just look at Messi and they say, like, why can't you just show up in the big games? Well, why can't you just watch the match and see how bad these guys are? Like, here's a decent shot that I think Paredes made. But, like, that's, like, one of the few things that they can do. Like, right here, what the heck is this? Like, right there's like another foul just given. Like, they can't hold the possession. Right here, this guy tries to do a take on and cross the ball and nothing even happened. I don't know why they were trying to cross the ball when you have Davison Sanchez and Yerry Mina as center backs. And guys are both like 6 foot, like 3 and above. You're not going to beat them in the air, especially with small ass Kun Agüero. What is he, like 5'8"? You're not going to beat them in the air. And yeah, I told you, like I said, this game was like very physical. The Colombians were trying to get crosses in. And we know how clinical they are. Right there, you could see the class of Messi getting a little nutmeg on this player, but it didn't capitalize on anything because that's the problem. Sometimes I feel like in Argentina, everybody plays for Messi, but no one actually tries to do anything because sometimes the blessing and the curse of having Messi on your team is that you're always going to think he's going to carry you. And yeah, you've seen it in games. You've seen it in Barcelona. You've seen it sometimes in Argentina when they kind of weren't even going to qualify for the World Cup. But this other team needs to show up. Like, he can't do everything. Like, they're out here, like, beating him up. They're out here getting yellow cards, and this team wants to defend him when they foul him, but they don't want to help him to actually do something, to actually capitalize, to actually score, to actually make a difference, you know? Like, why am I going to do something if I have Messi on my team? Whatever. Right here is like a change from, I think this Jefferson Lerma for Cuadrado. Right there, like I told you, man, just Kun Agüero for me is not top class. I don't know what these English fans are smoking. That's sometimes why I don't rate the league. Because, like, they say this and they say that, and then they criticize Messi, and then they be criticizing league. Oh, it's a farmers league, whatever, but in the Premier League we're the strongest or whatever. But, like, y'all were, like, praising David De Gea. For me, David De Gea has, like, actually showed what he's made out of. When he went to that World Cup and he couldn't save a goal to save his life, that just shows, like, how low. I don't know. I probably have to make another video discussing that. It's not relevant to the matter, but right here is basically the goal from Roger Martinez. It's a good take on cutting in into his right foot, and he just put that straight second post, and the goalie was never gonna get that, especially with that defense or even the defensive mids. I think Guido Rodriguez got out, and he made Guido Pizarro get in, and that guy's just brain dead. Like, he's from Tigres, he's from Mexico, Mexican team. I know they're champions, but to me, he's so bad. He was so bad in this game. He couldn't keep a possession. He couldn't do anything. And this one right here, this guy, if you're a top team in Europe, you gotta sign this guy right here. This guy, Duvan Zapata. This dude, on his third touch, he scored a goal. He was literally in for just like 10 minutes. Like, that's crazy. This guy's gonna be somewhere in life. And right here, you just see how Messi just had the hardest game of his life because the whole Colombian team is against him, because Argentina just plays for Messi. And another thing is just like Roger Martinez, he got man of match. And not saying that the Mexican league is bad or anything, or not saying that it's not to the quality of the rest of, like, the players in Colombia or whatever, but this guy plays in America, in Liga MX. It's not a top league, and he's out here showing, he's out here scoring. If he keeps on doing this, he's gonna be in Europe pretty soon. He got the man of match award. And most people will be like, oh, what are you talking about, America? What is that? Well, this is his Mexican team, and they're pretty good. I'm not going to lie. They're up there. But, yeah, they had like 3 players in this game. Not this final, but, yeah, they put Messi on. They had him suffering. They also have Mateo Uribe, who's also a really good player, in my opinion. I know he said some outlandish claims saying that America is only the known Mexican team around the world and stuff like that, but it's whatever. And then they had Guido Rodriguez from Argentina, also plays in America. So these guys were all teammates, and I mean, it's probably irrelevant to this matter, but I mean, I felt like Argentina's just lacking an attacking threat. Like, I don't know why Dybala doesn't play. In my opinion, I feel like he should be playing. I don't know if he's that bad or his quality went that down. I know Di Maria played a little bit, but I feel like he should have played more because he's a really offensive player. And this guy's just overrated for me. Kun Agüero, for me, is just, I don't know, man. I don't rate him. This guy makes so many goals in Manchester City, but I don't see none of that crap in Argentina. And you could be a top-class goal scorer. But if you are a top class goal scorer, you're gonna score anywhere, and you don't show in Argentina. But no one holds them to that standard that they hold Messi. That's why I don't believe the EPL sometimes, because it just be lying sometimes. Some of these guys from the Premier League, they don't be showing up in their national teams, and I don't understand that. If you're the best league in the world, if you're the most competitive league in the world, whatever, why can these guys not show up? Why does everything lie on Messi but not on these guys? These guys can't put 2-3 passes together. And who's to blame? Messi. Messi didn't show up. Messi sucks. Messi didn't defend. Messi just walks around the field, whatever. I mean, I would be walking around the field if I just get the ball and then everybody just shuts himself off and no one comes close to me and does a 1-2. Like, there was times where he would try to do a 1-2 and the guy, instead of just like turning it around or just like putting in the pass for Messi's run, he like looks for the foul. I'm like, why are you being this dumb? Just play to keep possession. But that's just the mindset. That's what I mean. In Barcelona, it's possession-based game to look for an attacking threat. I don't know if that's how they play in Argentina, but they just be looking for fouls. I just saw so much flops that it just made me mad. Because Messi doesn't play for flopping. He doesn't play for the foul. He doesn't play for this or that. I guess if the game is that tight, then maybe, yeah. But that only in that circumstance. And these guys were just playing for the foul. They were flopping on the floor. They were grabbing their face, whatever. And this stuff of like painting your hair or whatever, like, it just shows me that you're not concentrated. You're not focused on the team. When you have like this not gold hair, but silver hair, blue hair, whatever type hair, you're not a Super Saiyan. You're not showing that you're a Super Saiyan. So don't be doing this stuff. It's stupid. Like, this is all I saw. It's just Argentinian players flopping on the floor. Nobody says anything about that, but they say that Messi couldn't do this, Messi couldn't do that, whatever the crap. This is what makes me mad. Because everybody holds Messi to this high standard, but they don't show these Argentinian high standard. And just to talk about Colombia, because I really didn't talk about them, I feel that Falcao is kind of too old. I think he's like 33. I know he's a captain, but if I was the coach of Colombia, I'm putting in Duvan Zapata for sure, because this guy, he's the future. He scored like 23 goals in Serie A. He scored more goals than Cristiano in Serie A. And this dude literally played like 9 minutes and scored. I think it's his debut in like a competitive or official FIFA match or tournament, whatever. And I feel like they're just going to be clinical. They have like all these young talent. By physicality, they have a lot of stamina, a lot of, like, this dude, look how big he is, look how strong he is. Like, how is he not going to score goals? This is a physical game, especially in South America. And for me, I don't know why Barca doesn't buy him. Like, we just need a number 9. This dude scored at like 3 touches. All he needed was 3 touches. He just needed 1 cross and he put that thing in. This is what I'm begging for. I don't know why they're trying to get Griezmann, why they're trying to get Neymar. We don't need these guys. We don't need these guys to be creating on the wings. We need these guys that are going to just score the goals. They're going to put the ball in the net. That we don't have to depend on Messi for every possession. And right here you could just see how Yerry Mina was trying to just make Messi feel better, whatever. They were teammates in Barca. But yeah, I feel for this man. I hope things get better. I'm pretty sure he's not going to win. But, I mean, you can't do anything about it. We'll see what happens in the tournament. And I hope you just liked the video. These are just my thoughts. And here's my social medias if you want to follow.